Well, it's nice to know after all these years, the New York Islanders can still invent new, weird, and wonderful ways to heartbreak the Islander fan base. The New York Islanders blow one big time tonight, lose 7-6 to the Nashville Predators, lose 7-6 to the lowest scoring team in the league. 7-6 in overtime, gain a loser point, which puts us in a four-way tie at 79 points with the Rangers, Red Wings, ourselves, and the Blue Jackets. We sit third out of those four teams in the tiebreaker ranking. So draft wise, it's not too bad that way. But uh, what a game! What a game! You know what? I won't even be able to remember it all. It kind of reminded me of two non-playoff hockey teams playing a hockey game at the end of the year. Is pretty much what I saw out there. A whole bunch of giveaways, a whole bunch of bad hockey, and just well, some fun hockey, I guess. You know, the Islanders don't score that many goals either. To be involved in a 7-6 game was kind of fun, I guess, in a roundabout way and whatnot. So, but anyway, let's talk about the game. We'll get into it. There's a lot of goals to talk about here, and I don't even know if I can remember them all, but the way they all went down. But the first goal of the game was by Simon Holmstrom, and that was really nice goal by Simon from Pollock and Pajot. It was a tip in. It was a beauty. 1-0 Islanders, something that we're just not really used to is well, for one thing, a goal in the first period, but yet scoring first, which was almost unheard of with the Islanders. But don't worry, we can take care of that in short time because basically 2 minutes later, we let Ryan O'Reilly score his 18th from Bunting and Evangelista, and lo and behold, we're tied up only 2 minutes later. And it doesn't take much longer after that for Philip Forsberg to score an unassisted goal, and just a horrendous giveaway by Kyle McLean. Tough, tough game for Kyle tonight, but you know what? As I'll say at the end of this video, when I'm doing the players, he gets a pass from me. He's had a really good season. Uh, it was a bad game for me. He had two bad giveaways that gave goals to the Predators. So anyway, Forsberg rips one past Sorokin for his 30th of the year, and in no time, only 11 minutes and 45 seconds, we're back into a position that we're used to. We're losing, and it's the first period, and it's 2-1. But Bo Horvat says none of that, and or not Bo Horvat. I mean Anders Lee, the captain, scoring his 28th of the year on a deflection from Bo Horvat and Adam Pelech. It's really nice. Well, kind of a double deflection, I guess. Yeah, it was a double deflection. So the shot came from Pelech. Horvat deflected it. Lee deflected it, and it went in the net. So hockey gods were on our side for that one. If you get a double deflection going into the net, you got to say the hockey gods are on your side. So after one period of play, we're used to having ties. We're just not used to having ties at 2-2. Usually they're nothing after one period, and that's kind of the way they stay. And lo and behold, Simon Holmstrom scores his second goal of the game and gets his 20th. And congratulations going out to Simon. I tell you, it's really been something watching Simon develop this year. He's really becoming a hell of a good hockey player. He's become a way better hockey player than I ever thought he had the potential to be. And I seriously think this guy's just gonna continue to get better for the next couple of years, and that's awesome for the Islanders. So Holmstrom gets his 20th from Pajot and Sipakov, and both Sipakov and Pajot made really nice plays. Sipakov made the nice breakout pass, and Pajot made a really sweet kind of back pass. He had good vision, saw Holmstrom coming, so that was a beauty. But Islanders, we can't handle prosperity very much, and only about 3 minutes later, Steven Stamkos scores his 26th of the season from Blankenberg and Marshall. So, and lo and behold, we are in a tie game again, 3-3. And it's like, oh, okay, it's going to be one of these games. And then Max Sipakov scores his ninth of the year from Holmstrom and Pajot. And that line is having a night. What sweet hands by Max on that goal. Like from in so tight to get that puck up that high, that fast. That was a beauty. And you just kind of had a feeling that, the Islanders were taking control of this thing and that we were gonna probably possibly even walk away with it. But nope, nope, that ain't happening. McCarron scores a goal that from Brady Shea and Marchessault. Now, who knows what goaltender interference is? Nobody knows what goaltender interference is. I don't know what goaltender interference is. All I know is McCarron, a guy like 6'4", 220 pounds, goes in there, bulls his way past Ilya with the puck basically on his hip. And that's the only reason that puck continues into the net. Butch said, well, they weren't sure whether to challenge it because the puck would have went into the net. Well, the point of the matter is if the goaltender interference hadn't happened with the spinning around of Ilya with the foot and plowing into Ilya, that puck wouldn't have kept coming along with McCarron. So it's not like you can go through the goaltender to get a goal. So it has to be a challenge. You would have to think that that goal would have got called back, but nobody knows. How can you blame Patrick? How can you blame Patrick? This is a goal that makes it 4-4. If he challenges it, we're going on the penalty kill again. It's just like it's horrendous. The NHL, you've botched this so bad that it's a sad state of affair when your fans, your coaches, your players, nobody knows what goaltender interference in the NHL is. And they can explain those three rules about what consists of. Did he come into the blue paint? Blah, 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 number one. No, nobody knows what goaltender interference is in the NHL. So 2-2 after one, 4-4 after two. And so we're going in twos tonight. And it just looks like in the third period, the Islanders finally took over late in the game, 15-21 into the period. And Paul Murray does a Crosby-esque kind of backhand bar down goal, and it was a beauty. And I'm just kind of shaking my head, and I'm thinking to myself, well, not really a win we really need to do because basically, if we had a won this game, if we had a won this game, we jumped four teams in the standings, like or three teams in the standings, pardon me, but four spots. And it's just like uh, I'm thinking, oh, so typical Islanders. And anyway, that one comes in unassisted. Not really sure why that was unassisted because that was rimmed in by, I believe, D'Angelo, and it came around. So I thought there should have been some assists on that play, but nope. But then the Islanders get into some trouble with the penalties, and all of a sudden, Scotty Mayfield scores himself a shorthanded goal, and it is a beauty, bar down. But what a play by Simon Holmstrom! Like fantastic. Like the vision was awesome. He had that defenseman so psyched out because he thought the defenseman thought he was dealing with a 2-on-1. He didn't even realize it was a 3-on-1, but Holmstrom just kind of slowed down just a hair, put that puck back, and it's a beautiful bar down goal by Mayfield. So Holmstrom and Romanoff getting the assists on that one. But in typical Islander fashion, we're going to give up a power play goal with the net empty, with Stamkos scores his 27th of the year from Marchessault and Forsberg. And now it's 6-5, and they pull the goaltender once again on 6-on-5. And with 40 seconds left in the game, Michael Bunting gets an absolute fluke goal on a shot that was going to miss the net by about 6 feet, but deflects off Bunting and goes into the net. Stamkos and Brady Shea getting the assists on that one. And I should mention that Hogberg came in and replaced Ilya Sorokin with looked like he kind of minor tweaked himself on that McCarron goal. And I guess because you're allowed to just bowl through the crease like that and score a goal. Like who knows? Like I thought you were protecting the goaltenders. Well, there's a goal there. How how is it not goaltender interference if the goaltender gets injured in his crease by a guy while he's scoring a goal? I don't get it. I don't get it. Nobody gets it actually. So anyway, we got 2-2 after one, 4-4 after two, and we got 6-6 after three. So we're going to overtime, and we've gained ourselves a point to tie ourselves with the Rangers, Wings, and the Blue Jackets with 79 points. Will we get the extra point? No, we do not. Fedor Svechkov scores his eighth goal of the year from Brady Shea and Steven Stamkos. And Nashville, the lowest scoring team in the league, gets their seventh of the night to beat the Islanders 7-6. So the Islanders pick up a basically useless loser point that there's no need for. But like I said, who knows? Maybe we're playing ourselves right into that sweet spot of where the lottery ball will fall. We just never know until that lottery ball falls. So you never know. Anyway, so that's it. The Islanders absolutely find a new way to heartbreak the Islander fans, and it's just horrible, just horrible, just horrible. But we're kind of used to it as Islander fans, and uh, we don't even help ourselves like by getting the loser point. We're not helping ourselves at all, and it's so typical of the Islanders just to shoot themselves in the foot. They always seem to shoot themselves in the foot. Like it's amazing. I've never seen anything like it before. All right, so let's talk about the players. Well, I thought Sipkov had a whale of a game, but I thought that whole line had a whale of a game. Max getting a goal and assist tonight for 2 points and a +3 in 14 minutes and 56 seconds of ice time. So he had two shots on net, three block shots, one hit. So super game by Siplikov, but like I said, the whole line had a fantastic game, as did Simon Holmstrom, who two goals, two assists for 4 points. That's a career high for Simon. Hits 20 goals. He's a +2 on the night, and he does that in 16 minutes and 33 seconds of ice time. Simon was very noticeable out there tonight. He is a big boy. He takes up a lot of space. Kind of the whole kind of span of him while he skates and everything kind of reminds me of Barkov. It just takes up a lot of area. Takes up a lot of area. He's just I really like the way Simon is developing, that's for sure. So he had a couple of shots on net, but he did have one giveaway tonight. So, but still, awesome game by by Simon. Bo Horvat picked up an assist tonight, got himself a penalty. 19 minutes and 21 seconds of ice time. He had two shots, one block shot and one hit as well. I didn't think that line was our they're supposed to be our first line, and I don't know. Like the Pajot line is better, I guess. I don't know. We just don't have any stars. It's hard to label these lines, but technically, Bo is supposed to be the first line, and they didn't really look like a first line out there, that's for sure. Rough night for our fourth line. Really rough night for our fourth line. One in particular, not this guy, Mark Atcom, but Mark ends up -2 with 9 minutes and 27 seconds of ice time. He had two shots on net, two block shots, and he had five hits. So he was doing his thing out there tonight. However, the guy that really hurt them tonight was Kyle McLean, and he had two very bad giveaways, which actually led to goals. And it's amazing to me how few giveaways the NHL gives, because he blatantly had two giveaways on two goals. And he's down in the stats as only one giveaway tonight. So uh, take stats for what they're worth. I mean, they're only as good as the person, especially when it comes to judgment. type of stats, they're only as good as the person making the call on the stat sheet. So McLean, not a good night. Two shots on net and one hit. So like I said, I thought Gatcombe was still pretty good, and Matt Martin too. -2. I definitely won't put any of the -2 on Matt. Matt had 9 minutes of ice time tonight. He had one block shot and one hit. So I thought these last two games for Matt were two of his best games of the year. I don't think he played as well as he did in these last two games as he did at the start of the season for us. So good job, Matt. Way to fill in. I didn't think Engvall stuck out tonight at all. He kind of went off into the weeds, and that's okay. But a little bit of alarm bellish to me. It's going to be interesting for me now to see how Pierre plays next game. And it's not like Pierre played bad tonight. It's just that he wasn't. Uh, in his previous games, he's been very noticeable in his back checking, very noticeable in his ozone possession time, very noticeable using his body protecting the puck and things like that. I didn't even pretty much barely even saw Pierre tonight. He just kind of went right into the weeds tonight. So I'll be interested to see what kind of game he comes up with next one. Hudson Fasching, I talked about this the other night. Hudson just there is just no goal scoring in his blood at all. Like he's had a lot of good opportunities, and I know he's pretty much a plugger, and I know he's pretty much just a fourth line hockey player, but he's definitely a square peg in a round hole right now, trying to get into a round hole because it just doesn't work. He gets breakaways and he just doesn't even come close to scoring. He's had numerous opportunities to get goals and he just doesn't come through. So uh, come next year, there's only really one spot for Hudson Fasching, and that's on the fourth line. And to be honest with you, I would hope that we could get uh, the same type of player as Hudson Fasching, only with a little more scoring touch, kind of like more like a Gatcombe who's got 8 goals in 34 games now. So that's kind of guy that I'd be looking for. Uh, so anyway, he had one shot on net tonight and one hit. Other than that, just glorious scoring opportunities that he just can't cash in on. Palms, what a beautiful Crosby-esque backhand goal that one was. And it was a bar down, and he was a +1 tonight. So he had a fairly good night. He was one shot on net. But like I said, I thought the first line, the Lee Horvat Palms, I just didn't think they were that noticeable, where Pajot's line was noticeable almost every time they were on the ice. You could see things happening with that line where I just didn't really see anything getting generated by Lee and Horvat in that tonight and Palms. So Anders gets himself another goal tonight. Got his 28th of the year. He's a +1 in 17 minutes and 46 seconds of ice time. He has only one shot on net. That's the goal that he scored, and one hit. Like I said, it wasn't really a high uh, content kind of game for that line. Like they really weren't that involved tonight. And I I mean, I guess it's good to come out on the plus side of things in a 7-6 game because you never know. Like plus minuses can take a beating in a game like that, or they can, you can be a +5. You just don't know how the cookie crumbles. Pajot, second three assist game of the season for him. So 3-point night +2. Got a couple shots on net, one block shot, and two hits as well. So, like I said, that whole line was just outstanding tonight. And Pager was more involved in it tonight. Last few nights it's kind of been Siplikov and Holmstrom kind of playing together, but tonight JG was fully engaged with those two guys, and all three of them were tossing the puck around nice, and it was a thing of beauty to see. It just continues to amaze me that it just does not matter what line Max Siplikov goes on. The second he goes onto a line, that line becomes better. I mean, I mean, even in a demotion, when he gets demoted to the fourth line, he makes the fourth line all of a sudden competitive and goal scoring and that. Like it's crazy. Every line he goes to, he makes them automatically better. It's a gift. Not many hockey players can do that. It's a really hard thing to do, to be the catalyst. Every line that you go to be the catalyst that runs that line is really an amazing thing. So, uh, fantastic game. Fantastic game by that line for sure. So, Zeker, I thought had one of his typical games, one shot on net, one block shot, and three hits. No points tonight, 14 minutes and 41 seconds of ice time. But third line wasn't, they didn't make a lot happen tonight, but they didn't really hurt us that much tonight either, right? So you got the third line wasn't even. You've got uh the fourth line took a hit tonight with those two giveaways from McLean for sure. So that definitely hurt. I'm still getting a big chuckle out of watching Adam Pelech finish out the season here. It's like it is so obvious how bad this guy wants a goal. And he is joining the play more than I think I've ever seen him join the play and jump up and taking shots when he doesn't normally take shots. And I love it. I love it. It's great. I wish he played like this all the time. Anyway, Adam picked himself up an assist tonight. It was actually a shot, double deflection that goes in. So 23 minutes and 33 seconds of ice time. He had that one shot. He had one shot on net, three block shots, two hits, and no giveaways today. So a really super game by Adam. And I thought he was locked down on the D side of the puck too as well. D'Angelo was -1 tonight, but he had 21 minutes of ice time, one shot on net, one block shot. Fairly uneventful game for Tony. He's usually more involved in the stat line than that, but still, not the worst game in the world. I thought Pollock was okay too as well. He picked himself up an assist. He was a +1 tonight. He had one block shot, two hits, but he did have two giveaways, but he made up for it with one takeaway. So, no, not his best game, not his worst game. That's for Pollock. It definitely wasn't a bad game, that's for sure. Noah, I thought Dobby was just pretty almost non-existent again tonight. I mean, he had one shot on net, he had one block shot, one hit, and one giveaway. But didn't really see a lot out of Dobby tonight. He tried to join the rush a couple of times to no avail. Didn't Nothing just seemed to be working his way tonight. So that's a few games in a row now where Dobby hasn't really looked at his very best. So it'd be nice to see him bounce back in the next game. Scotty Mayfield, or should I call him Scotty Orr? What a shot that was. Bar down shorty for Scotty Mayfield. I got to go out on a limb and say that that's Mayfield's first shorty of his career. It's got to be. I mean, I don't have the stat books here to look it up, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's his first shorty in the NHL. So Scott getting a goal tonight. He's a +2, got 17 minutes of ice time too. So that's two games in a row where he's had some pretty big ice time. One shot on net, obviously his goal, one block shot and two hits as well. So the rest of the time playing Scotty kind of hockey, where just shut down D kind of guy. Romanov was out there and he was trying to hit. It wasn't always successful, but he was a -2 tonight. He did pick up an assist. He had 19 minutes and 34 seconds of ice. One shot on net, one block shot, three hits, and two giveaways. So the giveaways are up for Romy there. Not so usual for him in that department, but not Romanov's best game, but like not his worst either, but very middle of the pack kind of game. Sorokin just didn't seem to have it tonight. Giving up 4 goals on 23 shots. I guess I like the fact, and I guess they're professionals and they should be going down fighting till the bitter end. But it was almost like to me when I saw Sorokin playing tonight, I was like, why not give it to Hogberg? We're not making the playoffs, but in Patrick's defense and everything, and go down to the bitter end. I mean, if I was playing, I would be fighting till the very last until they told me, no, you're mathematically eliminated now. I would have given her. So I guess that's why Sorokin was in. And I really think he was probably injured on a play that was goaltender interference. Now, I don't think the injury's big. I think it's, Ilya let in 4 goals. I mean, he did play the last 5 minutes from the time that McCarron hit him in the net. Uh, but he let in 4 goals and he hurt himself a little bit. Nothing bad, like a daily bruise or kind of whatever deal thing. So might as well pull him, put Hogberg in there, and that's the way it worked. So Hogberg, he had he had a rough one. He 667 save percentage. He had 6 saves on 9 shots, so he let in 3 goals there tonight. So tough outing for Mr. Hogberg, but the overtime one. It's always hard to judge goaltenders on overtime goals, but not a good one for our goaltenders tonight. So anyway, that's pretty much what the Islanders did tonight. Just a total breakdown, heartbreaker for all the fans in Isles Nation. Maybe not for those wishing for a better draft pick, but they even managed to screw that up as well. So, anyway, that's about all I got for you tonight. You guys and girls out there, y'all take care and peace out.